Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Monday evening community call, Zoom webinar. Great to have everybody with us this evening. And we are your co-hosts, Robin and Gregory. And we get together every Monday evening to celebrate successes, to share updates, to do some training, and to support our community. Hello, honey. We're not used to sitting together like we did in the very beginning.
You got the sun shining right in your face
I know.
there. How about that?
Sorry about that, everybody. It'll move. So tonight we are so excited because we have two new directors. And there we go. It's so wonderful when people get to the director rank. It's a big move, and we want to really celebrate and learn from our new directors. So what we've done is we've brought on their sponsors to introduce them and to share a few questions with them, to share some success tips with everybody. So I'm going to turn things over. Let's see, we'll start out with Jocelyn to introduce her sister. There you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you, Robin, Gregory.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us. And we are so excited to introduce my sister, my older sister, Jenalyn Uygen-Gallego. She is, we were born in the Philippines. She graduated as a nurse in the Philippines, and we came over to Canada 28 years ago. So now she's working as an office assistant to surgeon here in a tertiary hospital in Winnipeg. So we are so proud of her. She started early this year with LifeWave, and she went out of her comfort zone. So we are so happy and are glad to introduce to her. So my sister, Jenalyn, if you're ready for your video, we're introducing you to everyone.
There she is.
Hi.
Why don't you take us off? Okay. So you're going to ask her a few questions, Jocelyn?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So with that going outside of the comfort zone, and we are so happy about that. But recently my sister ranked a director. And so I want to ask her what factors or what helped her ranked into her directorship. So if you could tell everybody what you did since you started.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Jocelyn. And hi, Gregory and Robin. Having a accountable partner like my sister really helped me a lot to be where I am right now. And also being introduced to Coach Clarissa and enrolled in one of the programs, the business boot camp, that really helped me as being in this business is totally new to me, as I'm, a little of an introvert. So I need a lot of knowledge and lots to learn in this business. So it really helped me a lot being with those people.
That's good. Yeah. So I really think that with even for myself, having an accountability partner, really helps a lot. And despite the fact that you're good at one thing, you could need somebody with the other thing. And I think that's what my sister has. And being in the group of the Wave of Life with Coach Clarissa, my sister really found a group, like a community that she can grow, and that's what I've been seeing from her. And so, from what you've learned from Coach Clarissa, would you be able to tell everyone like any success tips and your experience with the group?
So I've learned and came out of my comfort zone by joining some of there's a program that Coach Clarissa offered, the I'm Possible 50-day challenge, that it really helped me to be confident and to have that decision in joining that challenge. And also the same thing as in joining this business of Life Wave. So once you decide, that means you need to commit to that. So for you to be able to succeed in this business, and also you have to learn, keep on learning, as we have to learn. It's a constant learning. So I'm thankful with the In Touch and our back office and also the Zoom and does on YouTube every week. So it really helped me to learn about LifeWave patches, and of course for you to use it consistently, to be able to make sure that to show people that it really works for you, and to be confident that to show people that whatever you're selling is working. And I guess that's all.
Yeah, I guess the being the product of the product is one of my sister's seller for my sister, and she's a very hard worker, and acceptance and commitment is her forte as well. So any others say thank you to your team, and before I give you back to Robin and Gregory.
Okay, well, thank you, Jocelyn, and congratulations,
Yeah.
I just want to
Jenalyn.
say thank you to my Donna.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
it was really wonderful. And I think it's beautiful for people to hear, Jenalyn, that, you're an introvert and you're a director, and this is way outside your comfort zone, and you were doing the personal work, and you got a lot of support from your team. So you've done all the things that show people that, if you commit like you did and you work hard, you can get there. And so we're very happy and congratulate you to be one of our new directors and join us on our leadership call on Wednesday. So thank you so much. Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great.
Okay, well, it's so wonderful. We have 2 new directors this week, and now to introduce our other new director is our very own presidential, Judy Daniel. Over to you.
Well, thank you very much. I so enjoyed the mention of being out of your comfort zone. I think network marketing really invites us to move into a new paradigm of being comfortable with discomfort. Once upon a time, long ago it seems, I did not know Neville Moore, our new director. It's hard to imagine I didn't know Neville at one part of my life, and I'm sure you can relate to the friends you have met through network marketing. I called Neville this afternoon to ask the classic question: what are 3 things you would like to tell me about your life so I could introduce you? Were you a teacher? Were you this? Were you... Right out of the gate, Neville Morris said 3 things: energy, effort, immersion. Neville, I love your focus. You are fearless, you are fun, and you are fantastic. I love listening to you talk. So enough for me, and now it's over to you, Neville, with my first question that I would like everyone to hear. How do you start and end your day? Fasten your seat belts, folks. You're going to love this answer. Over to you, Neville.
Well, thanks for that introduction. It's important how we talk about the most important meal of the day is breakfast. That's what we do to feed our bodies. But what about when we feed our mind and we feed our belief system? And, we are our own worst enemy. We keep telling ourselves things that we don't want to happen. Then we wonder why they happen. Like, my gosh, why can't I find anybody? And then we wonder why we can't find anybody. Why is it that, I just can't rank advance? Or whatever it is that we don't want, we keep on saying out loud, and we don't realize that what you put out there, the law of attraction is going to say, hey, I'll bring you more of the same. And so I realized early on, after listening to, the four people that I listen to on a regular basis: Les Brown, Jim Rohn, who's now passed on, and Zig Ziglar, and of course, Tony Robbins. I listen to these guys, and so they all agree that, we have to affirm what we want to happen in our lives every day. And so when I wake up in the morning, I come into my office. I'm on the 11th floor, so I look out over the city, and I stand there and I put my hands up and I just say, with conviction and with belief and with enthusiasm, I am successful. I'm wealthy. I'm healthy. I'm influential. I'm organized, disciplined, determined, dedicated, and diligent. I attract the right kinds of people to join my business every day. My team is growing every day. My income is increasing every day. Everything I put my hand to prospers and succeeds. Then I go in the kitchen, have my breakfast. And then I basically sit down for about 20 minutes and listen to, whether it's Les or Jim or Tony or Zig, and I put some of the good stuff in, because there's so much bad stuff happening right now in our environment. So I put a lot of the good stuff in, and eventually, if I put enough good stuff in, when I get on the phone to talk to somebody, the good stuff comes out, and just, they're going to hear something in my voice, maybe a song, maybe that belief that, hey, I've got something special that they need to listen to. So that's how I start my day, and I end my day the way I start my day. I go in the office and I look out over the dark city and I say, I am successful. And I just say my affirmations one more time, and I go to bed. And when I'm laying with my head on the pillow, what's going through my mind is the same thing. I'm successful, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and my subconscious mind doesn't sleep. And so that works while I'm sleeping. And when I wake up in the morning, I start all over again. And so when I get on the phone, and by the way, when I spoke to you this afternoon, I mentioned, and after hearing our first director talk about her comfort zone, you're talking to somebody who was completely out of my comfort zone when I decided to get into network marketing, because you folks listening, you don't have a problem speaking. Well, I had a problem saying my name. Now you can imagine a salesperson making a phone call, and the person say, "May I is calling?" And you go, "No, no, 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 no." They hang up the phone on you. Now you talk about shattering your self-confidence, man. I want to sell and I can't say my name. And but you know something? If you persist long enough, you'll find an answer for whatever it is, because I heard that crisis creates breakthroughs. And I had a crisis where I couldn't say Neville. And I thought, my gosh. And, I tried everything. I tried a metronome, how they use it when they're playing. My name is Neville. How are you? I thought, okay. And I'd rehearse that. I pick up the phone and the person says, hello. And I said, hi, may I speak with so-and-so? Yeah, who's calling? I think of the metronome. My name is, and click, the phone goes dead. I'm thinking, well, that doesn't work. And so I just persisted. And till eventually, the one day I called somebody and they say, who's calling? And I said, well, it's Nev, Neville. I went, aha, that was it. That was a breakthrough. When I said Nev, it completely eliminated the problem I was having. And my confidence just went through the roof. And so now basically, when I make a phone call, that 2,000-pound phone, that's a live Cobra, I pick it up every day. And I make the phone calls because my belief system is so strong right now, because there's a lot of energy in what I do each day. And I bring that to everything I do. And of course, effort, Les Brown says it well. Les Brown says, people that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. And so I'm willing to do those things which are uncommonly well. I pick up the phone and I make a phone call and I smile. Now, I don't know how many of you people make phone calls and smile, but hey, when you smile, people can tell if you're smiling, because a happy mood is a buying mood. And so I smile a lot when I make phone calls, and it just seems to work.
Well, as I said at the beginning, I cannot imagine never not knowing Neville. What a delight. One other question. Do we have time for one other question, Gregory and Robin?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Yes.
I wish you could see the comments coming in now, Neville. Awesome. This is fantastic. So my final question is how do you work with the two words manage and measure? You've mentioned those to me before, and
Okay.
you're very passionate about those to manage and measure. Could you talk about that for everyone?
Yeah, I have a worksheet and I keep track of everything I do because I heard from a very successful person a while back that you cannot manage what you do not measure. And so I need to know how many people I speak to each day, who I speak to, what I left them, because I love the app on our phone because the app allows me to track exactly what a person is doing when I give them the invitation to look at what I have to offer. Because once they respond to me, and I use LinkedIn exclusively to build my business, with the exception of one dear friend, everybody else that's sponsored has come through LinkedIn because nobody uses LinkedIn the way they should. And what's interesting, when I talk to LinkedIn people at the end of the call, I say, may I ask you a question? Besides me calling you, how many people have you received a phone call from on LinkedIn? The answer is always the same. Nobody calls anybody. And LinkedIn has an amazing voicemail system that you can call and leave a message for anybody anywhere on the planet for free. And so I've taken a decade to learn how they use this amazing social platform. And so by tracking what I do, I know who I spoke to. So my worksheets, I have the day of the month. I know who I talked to, what I send that person, when they received, my first, video. I track and see how long they watched it for, because in our business, there are two kinds of people. There are prospects and there's duds. Okay, duds watch the video. There are prospects and duds, and the duds watch maybe 10% of the video I send them. They tell me by their inactivity that they're not a prospect. I just remove them from my contact list. But those who watch 90%, then they qualify for a call to action. And the call to action basically is to have them come to a Zoom call and meet either Gregory or Robin or you or whoever else is available. And I just basically share what I've got, because I don't sell anything. I just solve people's problems.
And you really embody the three words you mentioned to me at the very beginning, and I mentioned to all of you: energy, effort, and immersion. And with that 10% watching of the video makes me think of some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Well, Neville, thank you so much for
My pleasure.
sharing your enthusiasm with us. I said that you were focused, fearless, fun, and fantastic, and you absolutely are. And how you manage and measure your business accounts for your warp speed. Well, that plus your great personality, Neville. I'm so glad to know you. Over to you, Gregory and Robin.
All right. Well, congratulations, Nev.
Yay, Nev.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
We are too.
And that's the way you answer the phone all the time. How are you? I'm excited. And so you are an inspiration to many. And, when I first met you many years ago, and you were talking about LinkedIn, you said, I studied, like you mentioned on this call, for a decade. You mastered it. And you are using it wisely. And maybe you can share some of your mastery in the future, but congratulations.
Absolutely.
And wonderful job. And I think people need to learn from that is pick up the phone.
It weighs 2,000 pounds. It's a live cobra, but you know what? It works.
It works. It's worth it. Well, thank you. So I'm going to turn things over to Gregory for our next step, and we're moving on. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, Nev.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we've got more to share, and this is so exciting because now Nitty Gritty Basics is right available in the palm of your hand. And I'm going to introduce our next speaker, Liz Hodges, that took the initiative. And Liz, you can come on and jump on screen. Liz took the initiative to take what Judy has created in Nitty Gritty Basics and created an app for it. So this is so exciting. Gosh, Liz, thank you so much. You just, this is such a valuable asset for us.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And Ms. Neville, nice to meet back up with you again. So we knew each other in other companies. So
in another life,
several
right.
people here. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, well, Gregory, if you want to put the PowerPoint up that we can then reference,
Let
we
me do
have
that real quick.
with the work with Judy and Gregory and myself have pulled this all together. Judy did such a fantastic job on making Nitty Gritty 101. And then out of that morphed Nitty Gritty Basics. Well, we were talking and I make mobile apps. And so I said, well, what if I make a mobile app for Nitty Gritty Basics? And it'll be able to be accessible right on somebody's phone without having to go to type in the URL to go to nittygrittybasics.com. So with the mobile app, once you have it downloaded, you're going to be able to have Nitty Gritty Basics right in the palm of your hands. So how easy is that going to be? So Gregory, on to the next slide, please.
There it is, right in the palm of your hand.
Right. Now,
Okay.
this is going to make it so it's easy to use. It's right on your mobile phone, and it's information that you can have right at your fingertips without having to do all the typing of the digits and characters and everything. You just open the app up, and it's also easy to share. So you say, well, okay, well, how do I get this? Next slide, Gregory. So you can share it with people right from the phone with either the QR code that's there. You can scan it from their phone, and I've tested it out on an Android phone as well as the iPhone, because I have an iPhone, my husband has an Android phone. And so with the picture, with the camera option, you can use it this way with either device. It doesn't matter. I've tested it out on both. So just scan the QR code, or you can type in the full URL, which will give you that here, right here. So it's ngBasics.mymobileapplogin.com. Now, this is not going to be found in the Apple or Android store because this is what's called a progressive web app. So it treats the website as if it were a mobile app, and it actually gives you the ability to save the app icon right onto your desk, onto your phone dash screen, home screen. That's what I'm trying to say. And so we've given full instructions of how to be able to download it and save it onto your phone, whether you have an iPhone or whether you have an Android phone. And it makes a logo just like any other app does. And so you can have it right there. Now, I believe, Gregory, on the next slide, or maybe it's not, that this is still part of the instructions. With the Android phone, you have to go up into the top right corner. And we've got instructions to be able to do that simply. So with saving that to your home screen, that's what the app icon is going to look like. And what Gregory suggests is putting it right next to the InTouch app, so that you've got the two of them right side by side together once you have it downloaded and saved onto your phone. Now, the beauty of this is that anytime Judy does an update on Nitty Gritty Basics, it automatically updates in the mobile app as well. So you always have the most current, correct, up-to-date information in there. So Gregory, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to say.
Well, let me jump back on. I just think this is so cool. And, and once you get it onto your phone, and there's a click through in the newsletter for more detailed instructions, and those instructions will also be in the Facebook group. But once you get it on your phone, it's really not that difficult. It's a different process than going to the App Store with Apple or Android. But once you got it on your phone, you just click on it. It loads almost instantly. You can go to any of the sections just like you can in Nitty Gritty Basics. They're all right there at your phone. You click on it, it opens, and it's really fun. And like I say, if you have it right on your phone, if you have it right next to, In Touch, you do your recruiting with In Touch, you do your training with Nitty Gritty Basics. And Judy, you popped on, and do you want to share anything?
I do. You read my mind so well, Gregory. The instructions are, first of all, Liz, congratulations. Thank you. I just am so admire your technical abilities. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're
On
welcome.
Nitty Gritty Basics and Nitty Gritty 101, under what's new are the instructions. So that's another option for seeing the instructions. So Facebook, Nitty
Three
Gritty.
places.
I'll pop back
What's
on.
new?
Thanks
What's
again,
new?
Liz.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Wow. Well, that's it for Nitty Gritty Basics. Thank you so much, Liz. This is just another piece of the puzzle, another arrow in our quiver, so to say, another important piece of the Live Younger success system. And our goal is to make the business easy to share, easy to, get people go through the onboarding and education process and give them the tools they need to succeed. So valuable contribution. Thank you so much, Liz.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. We got a couple other things to share from the newsletter. So I'm going to go ahead and share the newsletter one more time here. And okay, so Robin, you want to talk about tomorrow night with Dr. Barbara?
Well, every Tuesday night, I think most of you know, we have our doctors in rotation and our introduction to LifeWave, and the star of the show, X39. It's an opportunity to bring your prospects and guests and new people. And we have a lot of regulars that show up every week. And our doctors are all amazing. They're all different. And if you have stories to share and questions to ask, please share them with us. And thank you all for being compliant. So 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night with Dr. Barbara Jennings, who was such a gift to all of us. I mean, we got to spend time with her in Colorado recently, and she just offers so much wisdom. People were just, it added so much to our meetings for her to be there. So tomorrow night, onward.
Okay. And so we're just in the process of promoting one more person to our, let's see, does that work? Here we go. And hold on a second, Anne Marie. Okay. Well, everyone knows we've been running a contest every week about Vibrant Living Story of the Week. And I'm so sorry that everybody has to twist their head to see Anne Marie, but Anne Marie got the most engagement with her heartfelt story and her faceplant experience on her vacation. But Anne Marie, do you want to just share a couple of minutes here with us?
Sure, I'd love to. Thanks for inviting me, Gregory and Robin. And I want to say congratulations to Neville and Jenalyn. It was great hearing your words. And also thank you, Liz, for that wonderful mobile app. I love using it. And Robin and Gregory, do you want me to summarize what I posted in the Facebook?
Yeah, why don't you just real quickly, just a summary of what happened and what you did and how it worked.
Okay. Yes, headed to the beach and for a really great vacation. We've been going to the same place for 20 years. It's a ownership share in a beach house right on the ocean. Lovely place and always a great time. So first day into it that morning, I was just going from one room to the next to do a little bit of work. And it was LifeWave work actually. And my sandals scuffed on the carpeting and I went forward so fast that before I knew it, I was down, face down, a lot of pain immediately, and felt my nose swelling and then saw blood. And so I immediately crawled just a little bit, just about 3 feet to the linoleum or whatever it was, whatever the floor is. I think it's a little, not tile, thank goodness, but got to the tile floor so it'd be easier to clean up. And my husband was right there. I said, please get me some ice, put it in a baggie. I happened to have my patches right there on the counter, thank goodness. And so I, first of all, I sat in the chair, head back, just had to get the bleeding under control first. And I did that with head back and ice. It really did pretty well. And I just wanted to dry my face off a little bit so I could start putting patches on. I mean, patches came to my mind immediately. So I grabbed the ice wave first and put the tan on the left cheekbone, the white on the right cheekbone, as close as I could to my nose. I put an X39 on the bridge of my nose, and I put Eon on top of my tan ice wave, and then I put a glutathione on top of that. And I think I know, I put an X39 at C7 as well. And I think I'd already put on energy enhancers that morning on kidney 1, left and right foot, and on lung 1, left and right. So I was pretty patched up there. And I'm sure that helped me tremendously, because within about 3 minutes, I felt no pain at all. And
Wow.
before that, it was pretty bad. And I only had about 20% use of my breathing through my nostrils. So that was a little bit scary. It was unnerving. And I think I grabbed another Eon to calm my nerves down. And I honestly don't remember. I think I put it over the X39 on my C7, I believe, because I already had one on my, on my tan ice wave on my cheekbone. So that helped. And I just looked in the mirror and I went, oh my gosh. And of course, you all see the pictures here. It took a lot to get me to post these pictures.
That was a brave move, but thank you.
This happened April 10th. And so I just posted. It took a while to get my act together and get the pictures and get enough courage to put them up. But anyway, so I thought I better go to the emergency room, because I didn't know what I'd done, really. I thought I probably fractured it. And so we got in the car about an hour after this happened, actually. So I wasn't in any big hurry. I didn't really want to go to the ER. Thought I should, though. And so we stopped at 2 health food stores on the way, because I thought if they admit me, I don't want to eat that food. So I got a bunch of nice, healthy protein drinks and shakes and went to the emergency room all patched up. Just as you see those pictures, you can see the backdrop of the emergency room with all the equipment on the wall. And the doctor was very nice. Nobody really said much about my patches. I just kind of said, I've got these on, they're natural, and they are helping me tremendously with swelling and pain. And they said, whatever works for you, Anne Marie. And he did a little exam, doctor, and he found a slight fracture, and which is I thought I had. And so that was it. I mean, they dismissed me with, I think, some kind of drops to squirt up my nose to help me breathe a little bit. And that was it. And I had a really pretty decent vacation in spite of all that. And I think had I not had the patches, I don't know what kind of a trip it would have been. So I wore that same protocol every day. And I kind of thought, what am I going to do at night? Because I want to be able to sleep and I'm going to be in pain. And I knew I had to take them off so they'd be working the next day. So I did take them off, and I put Silent Nights on and Alavita on the third eye and Silent Nights behind my right ear. And I took some of my herbs, and I slept pretty well. I had to have my head propped up because I couldn't breathe very well. So that's it. And I just love the patches. I love our Live Younger team, and I love LifeWave. And thank you, guys.
And I know, Anne Marie, you didn't want to show your face on Zoom for a week or so there, but we were amazed how quickly you came back on screen, looking as beautiful as you do prior to your face plant. So I know your healing was very rapid too.
Well, thank you. And I had to heal because our son and daughter, our future daughter-in-law, were going to have a shower in 3 weeks. And I didn't want to go to the shower looking like this. So I really focused on this more than anything. And then the wedding was about 4 weeks later. And I was so thankful. I mean, no one ever knew what happened to me.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much for sharing. And
thank you.
Congratulations. Your free sleeve of X39 is going to be in the mail.
No, it already is.
Oh, it's already in the mail today. So it'll be to you before you know it.
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thanks so much for sharing. So we got just a couple of more things we're going to share real quick before we bring this call to a wrap. And the next is,
Well, before we go there, I want to say there's two morals to Anne Marie's story. One is never leave home without it. You know,
Amen.
always have your little first aid kit with, you never know. And two is you don't have to go to such trouble to get a good testimonial.
that's
So
right.
thank you, Anne Marie, and I'm so glad that you just were ready to take care of things. And you're such a wonderful leader and a great enthusiast about what we have here at LifeWave.
Mhm.
So
Thank you so
shifting
much.
subjects a bit here. Last week
Mhm.
on 30 Minutes of Wisdom, we had our very own Paula Shaw, and a lot of you remember she originated the it was called LifeWave Now with Jim Caldwell, which was the predecessor to LifeWave Connect, and she did a really powerful call on dealing with loss. And you know, she's an expert on loss and grief, and we've all been through loss in this last year and a half. You know, the loss of the lifestyle that we used to have, and she helped us understand how to really deal with it ourselves, and also how to work with others and really be there genuinely and from our heart. And it was really wonderful. So she's available. If you listen to the call, she made an offer. If anyone wants to call her for a 20-minute session, she made that available complimentary, and she's written many, many good books. So please tune into the call, and you
Yeah.
can go to her website.
Beautiful. It was wonderful. And we have a quick good to know.
The company's put together a brand new product training guide. It's in the back office. You click on resources, then you go to the left column, and a few items down, you'll see the product training guide. And there's a one sheet for each one of the products that gives some of the key benefits. So please know that that is available for everyone. I know several of you have already printed it off and had it available. So just know it's there.
So with that being said, you know, our schedule for the week is right here. So please avail yourself of it. We're really happy to be able to send the notices out via text message. If you want to get 1 hour reminders for any of the calls, you can enroll in our text system. We have business cards available. And we just want to say that, you know, if you enjoy the calls and the newsletter, please stay informed and forward, you know, your newsletter to new members on your team, and they can click here to join the mailing list. So with that being said, I think we're ready to bring this call in for a landing.
Thanks, everyone, and congratulations, Jenalyn and Neville. All right.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Keep patching.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.